Hi guys, Saku Wants to Fight here. Today I'm continuing on with my quest to review every fighting game I have at my disposal. I thought of continuing on with SNK games that aren't King of Fighters, and then I thought, why not talk about this little gem? Yeah, SNK Heroines Tag Frenzy, a game that was released 6 years ago, developed by SNK Sega and Abstraction Games and published by SNK and NIS America. And they appear on platforms such as the Switch, PC, Xbox One and PS4. This game features female fighters from SNK games, but surely this could be a good game, right? Right? Let's find out. Okay, so the game is a 2-on-2 tag fighter that is not as simple as one would expect with a tag fighter. I mean, it is a simplistic fighter, but I'll get onto that a bit later. So let's explain the game as best as possible. As mentioned, it is a 2-on-2 tag fighter where you pick your attacker and supporter. Once you've selected them out of 14 SNK characters from games such as, well, I think you know who the fuck Terry Bogard, Yuri, Leona, Shermie and all that is, right? And I think you know which games they are from. Okay, let's continue. Alright Saku bruv, you missed 4 characters. Okay. Dave? Can you join me outside for 1 second? Oh, Saku bruv, why are you hitting me bruv? I thought we was friends. I fucking told you, stop coming in and saying dumb shit during my reviews bruv. You did this to me on Dead and Alive. About a hold button of all things. A fucking hold things. Oh, Saku stop. And let's not forget the time you came in asking about the guts gauge and burning vigor attacker Shiritsu Justice Gakuin. Oh, you mean rival school, bruv? Oh, Saku, stop hitting me, bruv. You're off your fucking rocker, mate. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. He got out his cage again. But yeah, he is not wrong though. There are 4 extra DLC characters. But with the exception of Miss X from the SNK Girls Fighter game for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, Jean, Arthur and Skullomania are not from SNK games, as one of them, being Skullomania, is from the EX fighting games by Arika and is the only one out of the DLCs I recognise. Also, I want to add that the roster is fine for the most part, but it is missing some key characters that would have made a lot of sense. And the characters I'm talking about are stuff like Angal, King, Chizuru, Dali Dagger, and anyone else would have made sense to be in this game, but of course SNK be like, no. So let's talk about the aspects of the game that makes it stand out. So first off, this game is not a traditional fighter. In fact, when I say it was pretty simplistic, I wasn't lying. It's simplistic due to the control scheme. You have 8 buttons to work with. You have a light and heavy attack which cannot be used in the same sense as most fighters you would play. And when I say this, it's like with most SNK games, if you do like a quarter circle or a Z input followed by a light or heavy attack of some sort, they would usually do the moves there. In this one, you don't. Which we will come to the next 2 buttons. One of them being throw and grapple, which is, as the name implies, you can throw your opponent and do damage. And a special button, which is rather limited in moves. Aside from pressing up, which for some reason you can't do, it kind of makes you jump. You can press special in neutral, which does a special move or a signature move that is well known, or you can press it in 3 directions as long as it's not up. You also have 4 other buttons, being guard, which is pretty standard, tag, and two more which comes to the insanity of this game. Now when I say the insanity of this game, you can use items. Now these items come in a variety of things that may help or hinder you, like weapons to damage your opponent, poison, traps, stuff that gives you SP or health up, all that shit. And another button, which is the last one, called the Dream Finisher. Now every fighter has up to 2 Dream Finishers and can only perform when it is required to do so when finishing a round. In this case, if your opponent's health bar goes down, they are not knocked out. To knock them out, you have to at least perform a Dream Finisher where you can press in neutral or down. The game has also got universal air dashes and jump cancel. However, it lacks a crouching button, which takes away from the complexity of how good fighters should be. And while we're going to end it on this note with graphics, graphically it's fine, nothing special, it's just what you okay, I've started a bit, but I'm just going to be here. You just expect an SNK game to be like an SNK game, and sadly this is not the SNK game that will win any awards in the graphics department. Now I think you already know where I stand with most of my waifus in fighting games, and I do like them, but for me personally, I'm not saying the 3D models look ugly, they just kind of look goofy to a degree. I mean, I guess that's the thing, but which kind of makes it more comedical in that immersive sense, but I wish the graphics were sort of more appealing to me. Again, it's not bad looking, it could be a lot better. And lastly, then we're just going to come out and say this, the redeeming factor for this game is that even when you play a lot of modes like story, survival and so on, you actually earn a lot of in-game currency to buy customizable parts for your roster, including newer costumes or just random parts. So now it prompts the age-old question, is the game any good? Honestly, it's jokes for what it is, and it can be a fun game, but the issue is it can only be fun in small bursts, as it is, well, as the kids would say, pretty mid. As a fun distraction, it can be all there, but personally you could play better waifu fighters. There is nothing wrong with the game except for a few things that don't appeal to me, like the graphics. I mean, again, it's not bad, but it just looks kind of goofy. The roster is fine, but something just about the controls that just don't do it for me. I mean, you'd get this same experience with Fantasy Strike, but that game is just ass. And I know, I played that shit and it fucking sucks. But you know, I would take this game over Fantasy Strike any day, but to slap the name SNK over it when it doesn't feel like an SNK game, it kind of makes it feel meh. Look, I think I need to say this, but SNK Girls Fighter is a much better all-female orientated fighting game that deserves the SNK name all over it than this game. I mean, if you've never played a fighting game ever in your life, this would be a good start, but let's be honest, I would say play something else, and I know something else would be far better. If you don't believe me, play a King of Fighters game, preferably 98 or 2002. If you want to purchase this game, it is going for 33 quid. But let's be honest, why would you pay full price for a mediocre game? I'm sure you can look it somewhere else for cheaper. Like, comment and subscribe if you so choose to. I've been Saku. Fuck off.